Are you worried that your income is too high to qualify for Medicaid long-term care benefits? If you're earning just over the income limit, you might think you're stuck paying massive nursing home bills out of pocket. But here's what most people don't know. There's a legal strategy called a qualified income trust, some call it a QIT, that can help you qualify for Medicaid even when your income exceeds the Medicaid limits. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how these trust funds can be spent, what expenses are allowed, and how this strategy can save your family thousands of dollars in long-term care costs. I'm attorney Ted Gudorf, and I've helped hundreds of families navigate Medicaid planning over the last 30 years. By the end of this video, you'll understand the specific rules for spending qualified income trust funds and how this planning tool can protect your assets while securing the care you need. Let's start with the basics. A qualified income trust is also called a Miller Trust, is a special type of trust designed specifically for Medicaid planning. Here's the situation it solves. Medicaid has strict income limits for long-term care services. Whether you need care at home, in an assisted living facility, or a nursing home, your monthly income cannot exceed a specific dollar amount that changes each year and varies from state to state. If your combined income from all sources, Social Security, pensions, retirement distributions, and any other income exceeds this cap, you're automatically disqualified from receiving Medicaid benefits for long-term care. This is where the QIT becomes a lifesaver. The way it works is straightforward but powerful. Any income that puts you over the Medicaid limit must be deposited into the QIT each month. This effectively removes that excess income from your personal finances for Medicaid eligibility purposes. However, and this is crucial, the money doesn't just sit in the trust doing nothing. There are specific rules about how these funds can and must be spent. And understanding these rules is essential for anyone considering this strategy. Now, here's where many people get confused about qualified income trust spending. The funds in your trust aren't available for just any expense you might have. Medicaid has established clear guidelines that all spending from the trust must be for health, wellness, or medical-related expenses. This restriction is non-negotiable, and violating it can jeopardize your Medicaid eligibility. But within these health-related categories, you have more options than you might think. Let's dive into the specific expenses that are allowed. First, you can continue paying for health insurance premiums. This is particularly valuable if you have a high-quality Medicare supplement plan that you want to maintain. Many people worry that once they qualify for Medicaid, they'll lose access to their preferred doctors or face limitations in their healthcare choices. By using qualified income trust funds to pay for your existing health insurance, you can maintain that coverage and continue seeing the providers you trust. Dental expenses are another major category where these funds can be used effectively. This includes routine dental care, major dental work, and even enhanced dental insurance plans that provide better coverage than what Medicaid typically offers. Many people don't realize that Medicaid's dental coverage for adults is often quite limited, so being able to pay for comprehensive dental care from your trust funds can significantly improve your quality of life. Medical supplies also represent another important spending category. This includes incontinence supplies, diabetic testing supplies, ostomy products, and other medical necessities that you use regularly. These expenses can add up quickly, especially for someone requiring long-term care, and being able to pay for them from trust funds rather than your limited personal allowance is a significant benefit. Prescription medications and enhanced prescription plans are also allowable expenses. While Medicaid does provide prescription coverage, you might prefer a more comprehensive plan that offers better formulary options or lower copays. Trust funds can be used to maintain these enhanced prescription benefits. Alternative therapies and treatments present another opportunity for trust fund spending. This category includes therapies that aren't covered by Medicare or Medicaid, such as certain types of physical therapy, occupational therapy, or alternative medicine approaches. If these treatments improve your health and well-being, they qualify as appropriate uses of trust funds. One particularly valuable use of qualified income trust funds is hiring additional home care assistants. Even if you're receiving some care through Medicaid programs, you might want supplemental care to maintain your independence or receive more personalized attention. Trust funds can pay for private home care aides or geriatric care managers who can serve as your advocate and coordinate your care. Mobility aids and durable medical equipment represent another significant category. While Medicare and Medicaid do provide basic equipment, you might prefer higher quality options. For example, if you need a wheelchair, walker, or hospital bed, trust funds can pay for premium models that offer better comfort, durability, or features than the standard options covered by government programs. Hearing aids are a perfect example of how trust fund spending can improve quality of life. Medicare and Medicaid typically provide basic hearing aids, but if you want the latest technology with advanced features like Bluetooth connectivity, noise cancellation, or superior sound quality, trust funds can cover these premium options. Vision care is another area where trust funds can be used effectively. This includes eye exams, glasses, contact lenses, and even vision correction procedures that aren't fully covered by your other insurance. Maintaining good vision is crucial for safety and independence, especially for older adults. Now, let's talk about what you cannot spend trust funds on, because understanding these restrictions is just as important. Trust funds cannot be used for general living expenses like property taxes, homeowner association fees, utilities, or entertainment expenses. These don't qualify as health, wellness, or medical expenses under the Medicaid rules. You also can't use trust funds to pay for gifts to family members or vacations that aren't medically necessary or general household items that don't have a medical purpose. The key principle to remember is that every expense must have a clear connection to your health, wellness, or medical needs. When in doubt, it's always best to consult with your elder law attorney before making questionable purchases from trust funds. Here's a practical tip for managing your qualified income trust effectively. Keep detailed records of all expenditures. Medicaid may review how trust funds are being spent, and you want to be able to demonstrate that every expense was appropriate and necessary for your health and well-being. Save receipts, maintain a spending log, and document the medical necessity of any purchases that might not be obviously health-related. It's also important to understand that trust funds should be spent down regularly than allowed to accumulate. The purpose of a qualified income trust is to remove excess income from your financial picture for Medicaid eligibility purposes, not to build up savings. Most states require that trust funds be spent within a reasonable time frame, typically within the same month they're received or shortly thereafter. One strategy many families use is to prepay for certain medical expenses when possible. For example, if you know you'll need dental work in the coming months, you might prepay for those services using current trust funds. This ensures the money is spent appropriately while securing necessary care for the future. Another consideration is coordinating trust fund spending with your overall care plan. Work with your healthcare team to identify upcoming medical needs, equipment requirements, or service gaps that could be addressed using trust funds. This proactive approach ensures you're maximizing the benefit of these funds while staying within Medicaid guidelines. For families dealing with a loved one in a nursing home, qualified income trust funds can significantly improve the resident's comfort and care quality. These funds might pay for a private geriatric care manager who visits regularly and advocates for better care, premium incontinence products that provide better comfort and dignity, or alternative therapies that aren't available through the facility standard programs. The bottom line is that qualified income trust funds provide a valuable opportunity to maintain and even enhance your health care and quality of life while qualifying for Medicaid benefits. The key is understanding the rules, planning your spending strategically, and working with experienced professionals who can guide you through the process. Remember, Medicaid planning is complex, and the rules can vary state by state. What's allowed in one state might not be permitted in another, and regulations can and do change over time. That's why it's crucial to work with an elder law attorney who specializes in Medicaid planning and stays current with the latest rules and requirements. If you're considering a qualified income trust or already have one in place, don't try to navigate these spending rules alone. The stakes are too high, and the consequences of making mistakes can be severe. Professional guidance ensures you're maximizing the benefits of this planning strategy while protecting your Medicaid eligibility. Understanding how qualified income trust funds can be spent opens up possibilities you might not even have considered for maintaining your health and independence while qualifying for essential Medicaid benefits. But there's another crucial aspect of Medicaid planning that many families overlook until it's too late. If you want to learn about protecting your assets before you need long-term care, you should understand the 5-year look-back period and how it affects your planning options. For that, click right here.